What's going on, my smokers, my pro wrestling, independent wrestling fans? We're back. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Smoke. And you know I am. I'm Kevin O. Silver Champ. Find all my links with one link. All my links / porn rap star. Now, today is audio. Or audio video. It just depends upon how this goes today. I'm right now under the weather. I'm sick. It started when I was at work, actually, kind of funny. I was doing my job and start feeling it. Whatever. So I have soldiered on. I've recorded some episodes. People don't forget about, the stuff I got going on. And so this is audio today. But either way, I'm still bringing you that wrestling punditry with that real smoke. I will be reviewing ASE's second year anniversary. A lot of my fans, actually surprised pro wrestling fans, the DMing and shit was like, okay, when you're dropping the episode this week? I didn't even know people was waiting on it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying shout out to all my smokers that been rocking with me, especially with pro wrestling tips since I, started this podcast and everything. Oh, and please don't forget to go vote for me, my third time being nominated for AVN. So go to avn.com /wars.com / favorite adult podcast, adult podcast, you know what I'm saying, what have you. All you gotta do is just go on my Twitter page. You'll see the link, 3 years in a row, but they ain't got nothing to do with this pro wrestling. So anyway, this wonderful show is being brought to you and sponsored by, first off, PassDat Apparel. You can check them out on TeePublic. Great T-shirt designs for you and her. You get what I'm saying? For the men and the women and everything. Also, the best THCA that will ever be mailed to your door, SmokeKind.com. Please hit the referral link. They got sales, especially for this time of the year. There you go. As well as Sara J's CBD.com. Please use my promo code BOBBIE to get 10% off your next order of so much of a wonderful, and it's deep actually, line of products for stress and pain relief. And for your sexual needs, you even have lube. You feel me? CBD products. It helps with your stress. And especially pro wrestlers, I'm just saying, should y'all do, I know you ladies want to drop, I need to go to Sara J's, get that bath bomb and go ahead and drop it in your tub when you soak after your hard match when you got busted open in the dog collar match. Make sure I'm going to talk about that because I love you to your day. Yes, the WWE is just too scared to let women bleed. And I'm sorry, that was a killer-ass match. I had to watch it. Anyway, also don't forget about the flagship of the STO Podcast Network. I'm talking about none other than STO, the Smokers Lounge. There you go. Plus, y'all know about the other stuff, but I'll tell you about that at the end of the show. So how y'all doing this week? Like I said, I'm sorry that y'all not seeing my ugly mug this week. Like I said, I didn't feel like y'all on the damn camera. I feel like shit, to be honest with you, yeah. It's supposed to be snowing, and when I went outside, I saw a little, small flurry, but not anything great. I don't know what it looked like now. But is it snowing? Oh, yeah, it's not snowing. Some tell me if it does anything, it'll probably be at night. And I'm just glad I'm off this weekend. I was walking home. It started flurrying. Yeah. So anyway, so people, This week is an interesting week. We got, of course, Saturday night main event, John Cena's last Smackdown and his last match all going down this weekend. So much to get into, so much to talk about. So I'm going to begin with what y'all came here to hear. ASE Wrestling second year anniversary. The show on a whole was fire. What's crazy is for a second show, I guess appearance-wise, for the Audacity, Sabat, so like that. Anyway, Treehouse Lee had to go without his brother. That was one because it's supposed to be in a three-way tag match to decide the number one contendership, which I get to my thoughts on all that as well. Also, Khan was not able to make this episode make this show either. Because that same night he was booked to be on Collision. And so people can understand this. ASE is an independent wrestling promotion. So Khan is signed to AEW. Khan is part of the demand. And now Ricochet is the national heavyweight champion. And like when they said that he's going around to defend that title everywhere, he's been everywhere. I already see it been announced for the annual crossover show, Global Wars or what have you, coming up. I think next month he will be wrestling CMLL defending the title in the Fatal 4-Way. So, and the demand, they are, his backup. And Khan is one of them. He just so happened to be the Pan-African diaspora heavyweight champion. So with that being said, that changed the perspective because one of the matches was supposed to be Khan defending the title against Calvin Tankman. So one thing I can say about this show, ASE did a good job of the people that was missing. You knew they were missing, but they made up for it, especially in the number one contenders match. So the show on the whole was an actually good show. A lot of people got elevated in this show, from Dante Khalifa, the introductions to the top whip. Hold on, give me a second. What they call these boys? The top shooters, you know what I'm saying? And it was Saeed Al-Sabah. Yeah, he wasn't there this week. So anyway, we began with the pre-show. And first, let me say this about Big Swole. She is one of the sexiest sexiest women on God's green earth. First of all, the outfit she had on, the cleavage was cleavage. And she looking beautiful as fuck. I would love to hear her do color commentary for AEW. I ain't even going to front. I was totally confident I actually would have her do that. Actually, if he does an all-women's pay-per-view, he should reach out to Big Swole. I don't know if Big Swole would let him do it, but he should have Big Swole as one of the color commentators. Because I'm sorry, she's funny, she's quick with it, witty. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, and she's gorgeous as shit. I must say, Mr. Cedric Alexander, you got your one, buddy. I'm not even going to front. So anyway, so we have the pre-show match. The first match was Starwear Fashions. Went against the team of Keith Mack, Suka King, and Security Guard Dre. Now, this was Security Guard Dre's first match wrestling. That boy got power. He showed, how can I put it? I can tell he been training, and I see that they're telling him, "No, you about that power," because he was the power in the match. Of course, Keith Mack, he's a comedy, and Zuki King, he does what he does. Star Fashions, we know what it is with Aston Star. Still seeing some cracks with him and his protege. But basically, long story short, Keith Mack, Zuki King, and security guard Dre won. So there you go. The next match was Dante Khalifa versus Jaquan Anderson. Now, Jaquan Anderson was recently, I remember I told you, he's a WWE ID prospect, which if you look at him, you can see why. He's supposed to be on Evolve, and so forth. So anyway, he comes out, makes a promo, talking shit or what have you, looking like $1 million, and the match starts, and Dante Khalifa pretty much dominated. I was very surprised that Dante pretty much dominated the match with McNair, Jaquel, getting some offense in here and there. But Dante Khalifa had a dominating performance, to be honest with you. Which I know a lot of people say, well, why didn't they have a competitive match? Well, you got to look at it this way. Dante Khalifa going to be there. He's not. And for what as you see later on in the show, I understood why. So, of course, Dante Khalifa does his promo afterwards, doing his normal stick. I'm pissed off. How the fuck you had the best wrestler on the pre-show? And he said, tonight, I'm going to make a big statement. So, which was a foreshadowing of things to come, which was a great surprise at the end. I actually liked it, but we'll get to that later. So then, I think the show started, and we began. Who did we begin? We began with the three. Well, actually, it supposed to be. Let's see here. Get all the names right. The first match ended up being the Gifted One versus Bojack. Bojack comes out. Yaya, the Gifted One, comes out. Yaya grabs the mic. He said he does a promo, calls out Calvin Tankman, and the Heavyweight Hustle comes out to the match. And what was supposed to have been a singles match between Bojack and Yaya becomes a three-way dance with Calvin Tankman. This was what you expected to be hard-hitting, physical, and the whole nine. And what was interesting, it was you know how they sit there talk about how three-way dances, you have the guy that's on the outside, and he's just outside. You got the two guys just going back and forth in the ring. But what supposedly wiped him out, it didn't make sense for him to be gone for a long period of time. When Tankman power drive the fuck out of Yaya on the cement, it made sense for the time frame that Yaya was out because it was a power driver. If you think pro wrestling logic, you just drop the dude on his fucking head with a power driver, what? So we get Bojack's and Calvin Tankman. Yeah, Bojack's can go with the best of them. Then eventually Yaya returns. Yaya shows that I'm the flying heavyweight in this match. It's a good back and forth, so forth. But Calvin Tankman gets the win. This match was, a horse fight, three-way. I liked it. Once again, they took the fact that Khan wasn't there, and they still were like, no. We need Tankman to be out there. And, make this clear, Tankman gets a victory over a former DPW heavyweight champion and one of the, if not top contenders for the ASE title. Plus, Tankman gets a win to solidify he still deserved the shot against Khan. There you go. After that, we move to, of course, I think, I don't know the exact, I can't remember the order per se, the order of, but anyway, frontman Jasi versus Darius Lockhart. Out the gate, there was a fight. Wait, they took it outside. They were all in the crowd. Actually, there was the only match that was like that. You know what Jim Cornette always talked about? If you already got a match that's going to be on the outside, you shouldn't have any other matches they're going to be like that, because then it takes away from the steam from that match. And the other match that you were planning to do that, it takes away the steam from that. Like I said, if you pay attention to the pay-per-view, you go watch it. It was no of the other matches went into the crowd. It was physical, back and forth. Him and Darius Lockhart were going hard at each other. And let me tell you something. This, if you're going to have a trilogy, your third match need to be your best match. This was the best match out of the trilogy. This was the best match out of the trilogy. And I told y'all Darius Lockhart was going to get his win back. So there you go. So then, of course, I believe we did do the first of two women's matches, which was on the schedule. My baby, my wifey, Big Mama Flex, Alexis Littlefoot gets in the ring with Savannah Evans. Alexis Littlefoot does what she does. She talked her shit. It was funny because you had to comment at the beginning, because she practically, her plan was to make Savannah Evans mad to where Savannah would chase her around the ring till Savannah got tired. And that when Lexis Lightfoot took control of the match. Savannah dominated this match. Lexis worked from underneath a lot. Actually, if you want to be technical about it, Lexis, I'm very surprised that Lexis didn't get more in this match than she did, because if she's this when the dynamic of heel and face come into existence. Who was the heel? Who was the face? Because if Lexis was the heel, then she should have been getting way more on Savannah than what she got, because the heel, you outsmarting the monster. You out tricking the monster. You feel me? I can't go power to power, but what I'm gonna do dirty tactics. But it felt like Lightfoot was more of the face when the match progressed than she was a heel. And Savannah was the heel. So, because she worked from underneath the majority of the match, which she got some offense here and there. But ultimately, the power of the cannibal, the sexy cannibal, actually, Savannah Evans won. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, my baby didn't. She might have got her money, but she didn't get her blood back. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder what's going to happen moving forward. Will we be getting Savannah Evans going for the title? And I'm also curious about Alexis Littlefoot because I saw she had a barn burner of a match against Aaliyah James. I'd love to see that come here. At some point, I would like to see Lightfoot challenge for the title. I wouldn't mind seeing the belt on her. I would like to see them build to that because she just took a loss from Savannah Evans. And which makes me wonder what we're going to have moving forward. Now, after that, we had, I think, even the tag titles, but beyond that, we had the hold for hold. Darian Bigston versus Suge Dunkerton, a.k.a. Suge D. And the last match was a very good match. I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do in this with the topic. And to my surprise, the match was actually shorter than what I anticipated. Bigston still got the win, but the real story in this match was when Bigston said to Suge D, "You got ashy elbows." And Mama, y'all know who I'm talking about. I call her Mama because I can't remember her name. The female referee, Mama, pulled out some lotion to give to Suge D. So ultimately, at the end of the match, after Suge D lost, after he got rolled up, and understand, Suge D was on a roll. He actually was dominating the match. Bigston won it out of nowhere. So, with that being said, Suge D shakes his hand, he goes to Miss Lady, gets the lotion, and lotions his elbows. So there you go. Man, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So, Suge does there's an interview afterwards. And the promo was hot. I like the way that he likened the Pan-African heavyweight title to a woman. And that shit was fire. He was like, I wanted the world to see you. You got her hold up like a housewife. So, and Suge said he had been right since after losing the title. I think as the show progresses, you see, we're seeing the Pan-African title division, who is in it, and we're getting a clearer picture as you'll see. All right. But Mr. Bigston, he just defeated the former champion twice. I love Reese Cups. That's the equivalent of me beating, back in the day, Ric Flair twice in the match. Beating Ric Flair twice in a row. Does that put him in line for the Pan-African title? Does that not move him up the rankings for the Pan-African title? Just a thought. I'm just saying, because ain't no one thought about that shit. Biggest just beat Suge D twice. Suge D is a former Pan-African champion. The question that I pose to you is, will we see in the next couple of months Bigston get a title shot? I'm just saying. Just a thought, you know. So, of course, we had the tag title #1 contenders match. Now, like I said, Saeed Al-Sabah couldn't make it. But Treehouse still decided to be a part of the match. So he was his own tag partner. Now, I know what y'all saying, what the fuck? But because it's a multi-tag team match and the way that they did it, you actually thought he would pull it off. but I digress. The match, it also had the other game where it was Rayhan Entis, a.k.a. the Cream by Poppy. Sorry if I'm butchering your names. And Zay Vega went against the Top Shooters. Now, the Top Shotters, excuse me, their manager is, let me make sure which one was the manager. Yeah, with Andre Diggs, that's his name. And basically, he is the black version of Jim Cornette. The Top Shotters are former 5-star pro wrestling tag champs. This is their first time actually being on our show. And they come out, he talking his shit on the mic, and the rest is history. This match was actually pretty good. I'm going to say the MVP actually was Treehouse, because you actually thought Treehouse was going to win this shit. Because you were like, how the fuck this man is going to be able to pull off winning a 3-way tag match and you ain't got a tag partner? Of course, the other game did what they did. The Top Shotters, I'm definitely looking forward to them and TME. I'm looking forward to that match. Top Shotters are actually pretty damn good. I ain't gonna front. They did their thing. I love the double team maneuver. It was a good back and forth match. You know, hey, I'm not even gonna front. So Top Shotters win with number 1 contender. And you might well say that's the next show that I think is coming up in January or I think February. So, I mean, in the comments, please let me know if I'm wrong. All right, so. I think we had gotten a surprise because it was announced. Well, Billy Dixie comes out. And, of course, he cuts a promo. He said he's not done with Darius Carter. He's not done with Shea. He got into June, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like the general manager game where, you know, when you put the promo out there. Basically saying that I'm pretty sure we're going to see Darius Carter and him again. Might even be the retirement match for Billy. But the promo, I liked it. It was a strong promo, especially the fact he talked about his granddad, and that was part of the reason why he uses Billy and everything. So, but trust me on this, I'm looking forward to that next match on that one. Also, we had Prophetic Moses who came out with the bodyguards, and I guess he was talking his shit. Isaiah Broner comes out because, you know, he cost Isaiah Broner that match. They have a match. Broner wins by disqualification because the Minions decided to interfere. Shook D comes out, helps Broner out. And Broner I guess declines or what have you, and there you go. All right, now we have the women's. Make sure they both know. So bad that I forget. I mean, we didn't hit all the matches except, all right, the 2 big ones. The women's title match: Charity King versus Jocelyn Navarro. Because if y'all gonna ask, try to shave the match tonight in between these two. Jocelyn Navarro is a damn good wrestler, female wrestler. This match, to me, and this sounds crazy because Charity had a good one against Leah James. Bruh, I put this title match against any of the other women's title matches in the other promotions. There was a good back and forth. Jocelyn showed me that Charity King supposed to be the powerhouse, but Jocelyn got some power her goddamn self. This was a very good back and forth match. It was a very good, strong. They was striking. Okay, people. It was no bread, no water, just meat type match. There were two female horses going at it. But Charity King eked out a win. So, but the story was after the match. Of course, up there, Isaiah Broner comes out, check on his woman. Suge D comes out. He says to Isaiah Broner, we need to work together. We need to take out Connor and then, And then, see, this is the other reason why I think Jocelyn will probably make it to the next level at some point. She takes the mic and talks purity dog shit to Suge D. And tells him, look, why don't you go find one of your hoes and bring that bitch, and me and my man is going to whoop you and your hoe's ass. I mean, she ain't call her a hoe, but she might have. I don't know. And now we know one of the matches will be a mixed tag match with Isaiah Broner and Jocelyn Navarre against Suge D and a female partner of his choosing. I'm curious to see who the fuck he's going to bring. Will it be Trisha Dora? Because I know him and Trisha Dora are connected. Tasha Steele, if TNA would let her get away. You know, I'm curious to see what they're going to bring. You know what I'm saying? It'll be fire if it be Athena. Like if Athena show up to Ashe. So I'm curious on that one. So now we get to the main event. The Ashe men's title. The champion. The Moriarty of professional wrestling. The Vulture of Ashe. The leader of the culture. The current men's champ who has been turning up the indies and who's been champ for over a year, close to a year. The All-Father, Darius Carter, against that beast, that nigga, him, the Broncos. Match was very good. A lot of great storytelling in this match. It was power and striking of Kozone against Darius Carter's genius in the ring and technical wrestling. He worked on the arm a lot in this match. This match was, I'm not even going front, man. It was a damn good match. It like, until the end. And I'm going to tell you why I say the women's match, actually, in my opinion, was the match of the night. And this what made this match not be that. At some point during the match, Dante Khalifa comes out. Dante Khalifa grabs the Ashe title belt from where they had it, and he grabs the belt, right? Kozone is wondering what the fuck you doing. Now, understand, so people can understand this, that don't know about Ashe, history, what have you. Dante Khalifa, the Dante Khalifa, because he liked you to call him the, announce him like that, was trained by Kozone. Remember earlier tonight, he said, I'm going to do something, they're going to make a name for me. So this is where the student wants to outshine the master. We'll get to it. We'll get to that part in a second. Now, what also threw people off was Moriarty. Excuse me. Rembrandt, I don't know why I say more out. Rembrandt gets in Dante's face. Dante decks him. So I'm like, okay. But then when Kozo comes out, asks what Dante was he doing out here, what the fuck he doing, this, that, and third. Mind you, he had a visible pin on the off fall because the referee is down. He turns his back. He hits him with the belt, pushes him in the ring, and Darius Carter finishes him off and retains. Now, it's not the ending, it's the execution of the ending. One, he shouldn't even have grabbed the belt. He shouldn't have grabbed the belt. He should, if what he should have did, he should have came out acting like he was cheering for Kozo. They were like, oh, he came out to make sure, you know, his mentor is protected because he's seeing how Rembrandt is interfering. Because he punched Rembrandt during the show, during the match. But in the succession, when he punched him, he already had the title belt in his hand. So he was already telegraphing what we were thinking. We just didn't know, okay, when he going to pull the trigger and hit him with the belt. I'm going to be critical. When others are not. I love Pro Rap. I love Ashe. I love Darius Carter booking. But this ending could have went way better to where the fans would have been more shocked than what they were because the fans were shocked. They already knew he was going to do. Now, they're going to be like, is he going to hit Darius Carter? But I already knew he wasn't going to hit Darius Carter. Because Darius Carter wasn't interacting with him. It was Kozo. But I digress. He should have came out. He Kozo like, what you doing? Like, man, I'm out. Yo, nigga, watch your back to dude. Come on, win, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Then he decks Rembrandt. Or Rembrandt go grab the title. That gives him more reason to interact with Rembrandt. He see Rembrandt grab the title, and he decks Rembrandt to take the belt. Kozo still saying, what the fuck? No, just go. I got this. Go get the win. Or he be like, thank you, man. Yeah, go. And then we turn his back, you hit him with the belt. Or when he had the visible pin and he goes to get the referee up, you grab the belt and roll in and you got dang him knock the shit out of his ass. The point is, we supposed to be shocked as fuck that Dante Khalifa pulled that. Even though we know he's a heel, you would still think, especially the story that y'all were telling, and we know of this, that he's going to be for his mentor. Either way, we're going to get Dante Khalifa versus LeBron Kozo. Also, remember in February, Cedric Alexander is sitting, chilling. He gets Darius Carter next. Remember, he said, I get the winner after. So we got that build. Now, what's going to be interesting because these two heels. So it makes me wonder, right? How are they going to book this? So, but the only reason why I didn't give this match the match of the night, because trust me, it was a fucking barn burner. That ending, it wasn't clean. It Dr. Khalifa, it was too telegraphed, you know. You know what I'm saying? It was like it felt like he grabbed the belt too soon. You know what I'm coming from? It's like you going over there to the belt, but looking at the belt like, yeah, I want this belt, this, that. You feel me? Interesting. So we do have some matches that I think we got the mixed tag match that they're going to talk about. I'm pretty sure we're going to have eventually at some point announcement. Oh, and to the other part of this was, I forgot about this. I forgot to mention this with the other gang. Treehouse Lee fucked with Caprice Coleman's, was it Chase? Chase Coleman, and he went berserk. I think he even bucked up at the Cream by Poppy at some point during that match. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, people. I got, you feel me? Sometimes I forget something that hits me right back in the back of my head. Like, wake up, nigga, you forgot that. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. Because, you know, it would be crazy if he joins the Audacity. Now, this is just my thought process. I don't know what's going on with Sabat or what have you. He's probably dealing with injuries or what. We don't know. You feel me? God bless that man. Because I love that tag team. But if it would be smart, I have Chase turn and he be with them. So when Sabat come back, they got a 3-man team. And because Chase is around, plus I think he can learn a lot from Treehouse Lee, have him part of that tag team. Have it be that Chase took the crown and be like, no, Dad, you retired, nigga. It's my turn. Because you see how it's working with Dominic Mysterio. Chase could be that. I'm just saying. Because it seems like to me, the way they played it is Chase going to turn face? Excuse me, is he going to turn heel? Because he did distract Cream Pie Poppy. So we going to see about that. Stay tuned to the ASE Twitter page, their Patreon, you know, so their YouTube, you know, and everything. And keep watching what's going on. I'm curious. I'm looking forward to seeing what they got coming next. This year 2, because I've been with them since day one for the most part. I say the shit. Especially now that DPW is gone. Because if people gotta understand, in North Carolina, just like any state is really paying attention. Wrestling mirrors, the wrestling in the independents and in states mirror that of WWE, what you got WWE and AEW. So the WWE and AEW of down here in North Carolina is AML. You can say ASE because they knew, but DPW was, I dare say, was the number one. Because they travel everywhere, they've been everywhere, and so forth. I remember the days of CWF Mid-Atlantic, where I first saw Trevor Lee. And also Cedric Alexander as well. I mean, before he went to the WWE, when he was on transition between Ring of Honor and about to hit the WWE. North Carolina has a rich independent wrestling promotion after wrestling legacy after Jim Crockett promotion. Let's make that clear. So y'all need to definitely go check out. I'm pretty sure they're going to put some of the matches up on YouTube for you to watch. Please check out their previous shows, so forth, and get their next pay-per-view. It don't cost much. It's $15, people. Y'all pay for WWE. You pay for AEW. If you love professional wrestling, I'm not telling you this because it's an all-black wrestling promotion. If you love professional fucking wrestling, you will love ASE. So, all right, people. All right, let's switch it up, change it up. TNA, I must applaud them. They had, I saw they had a women's dog collar match. It was Danny Luna versus Indy Hartwell. Danny Luna was a fucking bloody mess. Of course she won. TNA is moving to AMC. I see they've been ramping up the NXT. They got this steel cage match with NXT versus TNA. I'm seeing also Evolve WWEID versus it. I'm gonna keep working with you. I don't care what nobody say. I don't think. I mean, TNA got the A. I think TNA would have. Would they have got the AMC TV deal if it wasn't for WWE intervention? Actually, I think they would have, because the tier guys that's going on TNA are not the big dudes. Nothing against Trick Williams. Trick Williams is well known for NXT, but think about the guys they got right now in this feud with TNA. They the mid card. They the bottom of the middle. If you want to be technical about it, you know what I'm saying? We're like, okay, we're gonna give y'all something to do. Y'all gonna feud with the TNA people. You had Stacks, who is the international champion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, it is what it is, man. So anyway, this week is the last week that we get to see my man, one of my favorite wrestlers, John Cena. This is his last match coming up this Saturday. And as of tonight, his last Smackdown. So, Saturday night main event is going to be interesting. I was saying, Saturday night main event is going to be interesting. We have John Cena going against Gunther. And it's crazy how we got here. I don't like the way how we got here, to be honest with you, though. Because what was the point of the tournament? They could have spent this whole time just had them going back and forth. But we're here. I think it'll be a good match here. It's probably going to be one of John Cena's best matches, period. Because Gunther going to make it that way. Would I have John Cena go over? Triple H didn't probably want him to go over, but knowing John Cena as he probably want Gunther to go over. No. I'm just saying, it makes more sense. So, no. My cat's trying to jump on the thing. That's why I ain't got the whip going on. I thought I was sick as a dog. But anyway, so the whole purpose of, I guess, this show that John Cena, I guess, is that supposedly requested the book for his last show, that he wanted it to feature NXT talent versus main roster talent and so forth. Even heard that his match with Gunther is going on first, because he said he don't want to take the attention away from the newer talent, because him being the main event. I guess they look at it as, well, we'll put it on first, so everybody already be on it. So then when the other matches come, as it dwindles down, we still, But for you to retain the audience that you probably get at the beginning, your match better be barn burner. So you got Ubafemi going against Cody Rhodes. Now, over in NXT, Ubafemi recently had a title match against the Iron Survivor, which was Jamai Evans, which I knew he was going to win the Iron Survivor. Of course, he comes out, faces Ubafemi, and interrupts a promo between him and Ricky Saints. Says instead of waiting for deadline, instead of waiting for New Year's Evil, nah, fuck that. I want my title match tonight. Later on in the match, they had the title match. Jamai Evans damn near got the match won, but Ricky Saints interferes. Ubafemi capitalizes, and guess what? Ubafemi goes against Cody Rhodes. On the other end, some tell me Ubafemi is going to actually come out on Smackdown. Some tell me that's going to happen for sure. And I know Cody been begging for Drew McIntyre to be taken off of suspension because he attacked Drew McIntyre last week. It was funny as fuck. Drew pulled up in the car. He just happened to look over to the left. And Cody right there would start beating the shit out of his ass in the car. So I think we're getting another Drew McIntyre Cody match. I'm like... And from what I understand, the plans of what Roman Reigns want, and they're not taking the belt off of Cody because he wants the match between him and Cody for a third year in a row. Third year in a row, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. All right, now. So, Cody ain't taking a loss. And to keep it 100, Cody's not taking a loss. It will be a good-ass match. Yeah. And part of this is one, they're trying to get more people to watch NXT as well because they know it's a trickle down effect. Because if you watch NXT, you're going to see the Evolve people and so forth. So I'm like, now also within NXT, Tony D'Angelo is back. Now, the week before, he attacked, who was it, Javon Evans. No. Who did he attack? Was it Javon? Yeah, he attacked Javon Evans and dropped some, look like black fabric on top of him. This week, if you was paying attention, they didn't say Tony D'Angelo, they said D'Angelo. He attacked Ethan Page, left him laid out. So I see what they're doing. They're reintroducing the character, shedding the Tony D'Angelo, going with D'Angelo, which I kind of like that because the other persona was what, Tony D, the mafia boss. So now we got D'Angelo. He's just a monster. You know what I'm saying? Because even with the move that he was doing, the power moves or what have you. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see where they're going with this with him. Because even to the look, you know, the beard is thicker. He ain't got that hat. You know, he just look like, you know, yeah, he'll fuck a motherfucker up. Yeah. And then, of course, what else happened on the NXT? Kalani Jordan defeated Jordan Grace. I don't need to say no more about that. Hanging Tape, they came back with Japan. OTM wants a piece. Yes, I'm looking forward to that match. Blake Monroe thought that she was going to do an open challenge Didn't realize that the whole locker room gonna come out. Thea Hale attacked her. Thea Hale, who I love her to death. I love her. I love Thea Hale. She's so cute. Gets a title shot. So, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with Sol Ruka and Zarya when they're gonna do this. And I'm already seeing Zarya turning heel. So I'm wondering when they're gonna pull the trigger on that. So, and like I said, Jordan Grace. Wow. And of course, like I said, now we have Ricky Saints, who cost Javon Evans the title. I'm expecting New Year's Evil. And tell me if I'm lying, people. A three-way dance: Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, Obafemi. Because they want to wait for Obafemi to lose the title without him being pinned, and have Rick and move him to the main roster because it's going to be Royal Rumble time, and that would leave Saints feuding with Javon Evans. See, because they want to move. Because low key people understand this. It's no surprise that he retained because they already had him doing main roster matches at their live events. He was in the ring with Rusev. So is that a shock? And look at Oba. So it wouldn't surprise me that in the next 2 years we get an Obafemi versus Brock Breaker main event in WrestleMania. Because if you want to be honest, I'm going to keep 100 with you. Out of this batch, the two big stars is going to be Obafemi and Dan Braun Breaker. Because Braun Breaker for who he is and Obafemi because that Nigerian god dang it accent he be throwing on you. He's strong as fuck. You know where I'm coming from? It's like them two got to cross paths. It got to happen. Because Braun Breaker needs another big man that can push him that just as athletic as him. And Obafemi is that dude. So it was the point where Obafemi, I guarantee you, he probably going to break the record for most eliminations, but he ain't going to win. He'll probably be one of the last two. So if I'm correct, probably it'll be Roman Reigns and him be the last two in the Royal Rumble. There you go. Now, let's see what else we got. Of course, next up, the young OGs, the future versus the present. This is not for the tag titles, apparently. This is just an exhibition tag match. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. If you don't think this is going to be the match tonight, you can cut off this podcast right now. I can't even tell. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what the what can I say about this? I mean, you got AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Y'all know Javon Evans, a.k.a. represent NC, and Leon Slater. Both these niggas is under 25. Leon Slater, do you understand? He shut down going to get the Rev Pro British heavyweight title. Said, fuck that. I am going to be on the main event. Do you blame him? Is it not more obvious that as soon as that contract is up, if TKO or WWE decided to come to TNA and say, all right, well, actually, I bet after tonight, they're going to go over to TNA and buy out his shit. They'll be like, y'all can take the belt. No. Ruble will come back and drop the belt and everything. But he will never touch another TNA ring out of this bitch. We don't know if we even want him to touch NXT. Do you understand? I mean, people. That match there is going to be something special. Something special. So, and then, of course, I think we got Bayley and Ruka. That's the women's match. They really are high on Ruka. I'm not even going to lie to you. I can understand why. Oh, I forgot. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles winning. Ain't no fucking way you're going to have your champions lose that match. Both of them boys, it like put it this way. After that match, if you didn't know who Javon Evans is or Leon Slade is, you will after this one. All right, now Bayley and Ruka, self-explanatory. This is going to be a good match. It wouldn't surprise me if Ruka actually get the win over Bayley. I know that sounds crazy. I'm looking forward to just looking at Bayley's booty, but because she is sexy and gorgeous, but so is Ruka. Don't get it twisted. The women in WWE are beautiful, but I think in this match, I ain't gonna front. I was like, I wouldn't know who I wouldn't think that the main roster would lose to the NXT, but we remember times where NXT came up and actually beat a main roster star. They really are looking at Ruka as being the next top diva because she is getting the most shine out of all the girls in NXT right there. You didn't see them. Okay. Pay attention. Ruka, Lower Vice. The next tier after that is Kalana Jordan. And trying to figure all the girls. And Blake Monroe. The only reason they had mixed Blake Monroe with the main roster is because they want her to get more seasoning and get to the NXT title before they move up. But Ruka is one of the ones. And Kendall Gray. People, Kendall Gray is the Evolve champ, and she won the Iron Survivor for the women to get a shot at the NXT World title, the women's title. Plus, also for the Taylor Paxton fans like myself, she cut a promo this week. Her and your girl is not done. Her is a Dame. It was rumored that she posed to connect with the Righteous, who is right now not in the NXT, they're in TNA. And we've seen that the Hardys and the Righteous is definitely on collision course, you know. But yes, people, I watch it all. So, but either way, I'm curious. Like I said, I wonder who's gonna win this, but I just got a feeling that they're gonna put over Ruka on this. So now, in other parts of the WWE, Division continues their dominance. The black hooded version, aka we all know who the fuck it is. We all know who the fuck it is. Wreak Havoc this week. Wreak Havoc on LA Knight. I heard people talking about, so LA Knight getting buried. I was like, no, he got dominated because he's one of the top faces on Raw, and you're establishing division's dominance. The fact that he was in the match. It been in this feud with them for the longest speaks volumes. So there you go. Now, of course, they continue to push Rey Mysterio versus or set it up between him and Logan Paul. Logan Paul knocked him out before a match he supposed to have with Finn Balor. And there you go. Also, on the Judgment Day side of things, Sam Procure talked about, I guess she did a promo talking about what was next for her. Nikki Bella came out and said, no, we're not done. But Big Mommy Cool, she said otherwise and got the ring and told Sam Procure she's next. She's next up in line. Now, low-key, did y'all not notice how Liv Morgan was like, why you didn't tell me you're going to do that? She was like, I didn't know we were supposed to check in with you for that. And quickly said, well, I guess me and Ross going to win the tag titles. Y'all see the storytelling here? It's going to end up that Liv is going to feel more out of an outsider after it's all said and done. And I don't know how they're going to do it because I think either they're going to break up the Judgment Day or they're going to split it into two different factions that be warring. I don't know. Because it was like, think about it, she was kind of upset that your girl went for the title shot. Because remember, she the one, when she came back, came next to the Procure. So we thought it was going to be her and Liv. So, the Usos in your city. Yeah, they're back. They're back. They're in the tag team division business. Jimmy and Jay announced to the tag champs on Raw, Dragon Lee, AJ Styles, a.k.a. I call him Dragon Styles, and the New Day, which I love the promo because the part of the promo for me was when Jay was like, see, y'all don't know about us. But they looked dead to do. They said, but y'all do. So, makes sense because they really needed to bolster their tag team division, dog. They really needed to bolster it. I ain't even going to lie. It was looking kind of dry. I'm just saying, it was kind of dry. So, I don't know what's going to happen tonight because I know Jade did attack Chelsea Green. I'm curious what's going to happen with that. And is that setting up Chelsea Green to go after Jade's belt? Because I am curious to see who Jade is going to defend her title against next. Also, I'm curious to see how they're going to set up this AJ Lee versus Bayley and so forth. So, to me, that's pretty much it for WWE. Anything else I can really... if it didn't stick out in my mind, I'm just be real with you. So now let's talk about AEW. The AEW, of course, you know what's going on with the Continental Classic. And we got a clear picture of where everything is heading. Takeshita defeated Jon Moxley. So Jon Moxley lost 2 in a row. He lost to Claudio Castagnoli, and he lost to Takeshita. At the same time, Claudio Castagnoli, well, he can't talk too much because Commander pulled off the upset of the damn tournament. I actually like the fact that Commander won that match. Because you need some surprises, upsets within a tournament to make the tournament stick out. Speaking about upsets, Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Kyle Fletcher. And let me make this clear. This was actually probably this might be the match of the tournament match of the year candidate. These two men went back and forth. It was a very good match. I loved the near falls. Kyle Fletcher, I'm sorry, he is money, even in loss. And two, also, Speedball can go, people. I kind of like him. He might look like he's a little corny, but no, dude righteous with his shit. Because Darby is injured, Jungle Boy came in. He had his match against Okada. Okada, I think now it has the what he's. I think he got what? He got 6. I think he got 9 now. Points, which I think he's ahead and head to the semifinals. Let me see. Head to the semifinals. Yeah, because they still got more matches to go. Let's see. We know we have Daniel Garcia. We'll be going against my man. Hold on, let me start looking at this to get my mind right. Mark Briscoe. They've been feuding for a minute. Mark gets to the ring. Danny comes out. They go back and forth on the mic. That match is set up. I think that's going down next week because they're supposed to be over in England. Back to my point. The Okada match. After Okada defeated Jack Perry, of course, they offered Jack Perry some of the Young Bucks money to tell the Young Bucks. He tell them to go to fuck the hell. The Young Bucks come out, clean the house. Blankow's pissed, so he challenges a 6-man tag match. For the rest of the money, which is going to go down next week with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. All right. So, as you see, the Young Bucks are now turning face. I told you, I said, we're heading to a Young Bucks versus FTR match in sometime in 2026. Which brings us to FTR. Of course, we still getting the hype for FTR versus the Bang Bang Gang. I think that's going down next week as well. I don't know if is it going down on Winter's Coming Collision. We'll see. Of course, I'll review Collision. I'll talk about that next week. As well as what happened on SmackDown. But I mean, it's going to be a good match. I do see the Young Bucks and the guys going at it again. Because if you notice, when the Young Bucks turned heel, they did have a match against FTR. When FTR turned heel, they had a match against a face Young Bucks. This is your Usos in New Day. These are your staples of your tag team division. You need to have a match with them or a feud with them at least once a year. And I think they probably going to set it up for what's the first thing that's coming up? Double or Nothing? No. All Out. All Out, I think, the next thing that's coming up. So we'll see. The women's tag team title was decided. We found out the champions. Boy, was I off. I said it was going to be Toni Storm and me and Sharon Cowell. No, it's the Babes of Wrath. Great call. Because right now, Toni Storm Mita doesn't need the tag titles. Willow and Harley Cameron does, because Willow has held, what was she held a title? I mean, she done held titles while in the AEW, but I don't think she ever held an AEW title. So this gives her first belt as well as this gives Harley Cameron. Plus, now you got a team that both are good, interesting, fun. I can even think about PR, press, or what have you, that can be the cornerstone of your women's tag team division moving forward to help build the tag team division. And to be honest with you, you think WWE ain't paying attention. AEW got one of the stronger women's, now actually has one of the stronger women's tag team divisions in all pro wrestling. And I'm not saying this, no, because at one point you can say, we all, put it this way, I haven't heard anyone talk shit about AEW's women's tag team division, but I've heard so many people talk shit about WWE's women's tag team division. The only tag team division that they didn't talk shit about other than AEW's was the knockout division. And let's be real, that's kind of bland because can you name more than 2 tag teams? I wait. So glad they won that. Trying to think of everything else. Of course, we see Mercedes Moné. Of course, I think she had a match with Layla Gray, defeated her to retain her TBS title after losing the women's women's television title for Ring of Honor. So I'm wondering where they're going with this as far as TBS titles concerned, or even where we even get her and Athena for the Ring of Honor title. Because I think it's time for them to actually have a clash for that. Especially going to the new year. You already see CML, excuse me, not AAA getting a TV deal. TNA getting a TV deal. I'm pretty sure Tony's probably trying to figure out a way for Ring of Honor to get a TV deal, but he's trying to do it to where I guess it's through HBO Max or what have you. I don't know. But I think they got a good enough wrestling program there, TV deal to be warranted. My opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's just my opinion. That's why it's called Pro Wrestling Smoke. Because I give opinions that are not very popular. You know? So, and then my 2 favorite wrestlers, we got the Ops versus Swerve versus Hangman Page. We had this tornado tag match with Swerve as well as Hangman. God, it was a beautiful match. I loved it. Of course, you know who won. Swerve and Hangman won, defeating the Ops. Getting the pin, I think, on Shibata or what have you. I'm interested because Hangman did a promo where he basically said he's coming for the world title no matter who wins tonight. World's End is coming up, so people don't understand this. Like I said, the news keep coming that MJF is coming back. Then it supposed to be a 4-way with Swerve and Hangman and Joe and MJF. I'm looking forward to see how they go pull this together because, he the main claim for the title. So then I would expect either a Collision or the next Dynamite, Swerve gonna be like, nah, I understand that, bro. But just like you, I need to get back to that belt too. Because, spoiler alert, Joe won. Let me say this. Eddie Kingston, I would love to see him as AEW champion. They got enough of a storyline that they can build this nigga to be a champion and have a nice fucking long run, and he probably be to face the goddamn company. Because of the way he does his promos, the way he talks. His matches are actually fucking good. This match was, to me, the match of the night. Him and Joe tore the house down. Y'all can see I down that hill. Him and Joe tore the fucking house down, people. Straight up. And then the promo afterwards with Bryan Danielson put him over, that should tell Tony, no, we need an arc to get him to the world title. If you want to be technical about it, put the Ring of Honor belt on him. Now, granted, bigger picture, the Ops, some point I expect a 8-man tag match. Heyman, Strickland, Heyman, Swerve, Eddie Kingston. We just need a fourth person because you got Hook, you know what I'm saying, and the other three Ops. But yeah, I'm sorry. Eddie Kingston, I would love to see him as a world champion, you know. And Ricochet having one hell of a barn burner of a moment as the national champion. I understand everybody got to sit here and say, well, they got so many belts. Shut the fuck up. And like I said, this Continental Classic, this is one of the best. This shit been good, dog. It's been damn good. I can't even front. It was the point. I love the promo that Box did. So, like I said before, I am curious. Seriously, I'm very curious to see how this is going to end because I know it's going to be Takeshita versus Okada. And then also I understand during the melee when they were dealing with the Young Bucks, that Shinsuke took the hit for Don. See, Don is going to turn on Shinsuke Takeshita. We know he's going to do it. So this is going to make it even more, yeah. So, but the question is when the turn is going to happen. And like I said again, what's going to be interesting is the finals is going to be between him and Okada. So, oh yeah, so that's it for AEW. Of course, I forgot. Also, we getting the bill for Tekla and Statlander, but they set it around her and Jamie Hayter against the Triangle of Madness, because Triangle of Madness been just jumping girls backstage lately. And this week, Statlander finally got the best of them. But I wonder when that match is going to get announced, because I've been saying Tekla low-key is undefeated in singles. She hasn't lost a match. I don't think she even lost a match, period, even on a tag scale. So, and I think that's a money match for Statlander to have after, I guess, her and Jamie Hayter. You feel me? But I still say, ultimately, the person that takes the belt off of Statlander should be Mercedes Moné. Because remember I said this, she wrestled Toni Storm. Now she wrestles Statlander. So now the question is, when she wrestles Statlander again. Because remember I told you what happened with Joe. He defeated Joe. Joe got another title shot, and they immediately put the belt on Joe. I told you that's wrestling rule. If you wrestle for the title twice, the second time we're supposed to drop it, put it on you. Because you're not supposed to get 2 shots unless you're the champion trying to regain. And usually when the champion loses and he does a rematch, 9 times out of 10, he loses the rematch. Because you want to establish a new champion. Unless it's a situation like Tommy Rich where, we're going to put the belt on you and make you look credible, and then we're going to take it off in about 2 weeks. But that was because that was in the territory system. That's a different conversation. So, yeah. So, like I said, if Fairway cares, the NWA, I've been keeping up with that. I always do. Of course, Thrill Billy is the current champion. He's right now at odds with the president, Kazarian, Joe Kazana. And basically the storyline is Joe Kazana had taken over the NWA while your boy's gone. So he's throwing his weight around, making matches, making a life a living hell for Kenzie Page and her family. Thomas Lattimore supposed to be having a number one contenders match against Trevor Murdoch. I mean, it's coming up next week. What happened this week? Oh, God. The Slime Balls are now given a title shot for the United States tag titles. They're going to go against the Summit Six. And also, I also saw that we have a new NWA Midwest champion, Richard Holiday. So I will probably expect Richard Holiday at some point make an appearance on NWA Power. Markova, the holder of the women's champion, she actually had a match this week. She defeated a new girl that was debuting. Again, I can't remember her name. It was a very good match, actually, and everything. She thought at some point she's supposed to go against Maxine Paper. Which that I'm looking forward to that match. And that's pretty much what's been going on with the NWA for the most part. So yeah, people, I try to give you perspective of all the wrestling shit because I watch it all. You know, I'm waiting for the next MLW event to happen. I'm pretty sure they're going to have something coming up around Christmas or the next week or so. I know it was announced that Machine Gun Carl Anderson will be in the Battle Riot, which will go down in January. And also, I want to see what they're going to do with Cross because Cross got a victory over former MLW champion, actually most recent former MLW champion, Matt Riddle. And plus you still got the Twin Towers going after Mars Kruger. I'm not even going to front. Mars Kruger title run ain't been, in my opinion, been kind of the weakest out of all the champions. I mean, maybe I sound crazy that way, but it kind of is because he hasn't had a lot of matches where he's a clear-cut winner. There's a lot of interference, match get thrown out, you know, clear-cut building of the feud that is coming up for him to give up the title because basically saying that everybody chasing after him, but there's nobody that's standing above the fray for him to really have to focus in on. You get what I'm coming from? Or what have you. So, but the Opera Cup final, that was hot. Mystico winning that shit twice. I wonder, is Mystico going to be the next one to challenge Miles Kruger? Feel me? Without the human Templar, what? No, not Templar. He's the middleweight champion. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I think I didn't hit every fucking thing. So, yeah, I see they brought up about what Masha Slamovich being fired again, which I thought that was evident when they shut her down from being on the show after they heard about what happened between her and her man. So, yeah, people, when you had, it's interesting when you hear women or men. That's why I like balance. It was women or men. If you did some fuckery shit, you get fucked up. So, low-key, I saw that Tessa Blanchard. Are we going to get Tessa Blanchard become knockout champion? Yeah, because low-key, I was reading and I saw she was in the face of the new champions, Ali. I know what y'all might say because I get it. She's controversial as shit. She done said some bullshit. But me, I How can I put this? If it's good business to put a belt on her, yeah. Because at some point, trust me on this, WWE wants Tessa Blanchard. They want Tessa Blanchard. They just need her to be more rehabilitated. They want Tessa Blanchard because the reason why, because they want to be she is a second generation pro wrestler. Third generation in being in pro wrestling. I haven't heard of her doing any bad incidents or this, that, and the third. Sometimes people can grow, people can change. She's so racist that they got her beside your girl, Alicia Fox. We know her as something else, but you get the drill. Told you I get controversial things. Y'all might not like my shit. Sorry. But yeah, I like to see Tessa Blanchard actually become the knockout champion. We ain't got to go as far as to become the men's champion, but the knockout champion. Because she's a damn good female wrestler. And damn it, she been playing her part. She been doing what she need to do. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, she's sexy as fuck too. So there you go. So there you go. We are done. Got through it. Gave y'all damn near almost 2 hours worth of pro wrestling smoke. So people, let me tell you what you need to do. First of all, you need to vote. Vote for the STO, the Smokers Lounge, for this year's AVN Awards. That's right. I'm nominated for third year for Favorite Adult Podcast. So please go to avn.com. Hit that button that says vote. Hit the little screen. Look for Favorite Adult Podcast. Look for my logo and click it twice. You feel me? But y'all looking for a little extra content to listen to, and it's subscription based, and it won't kill your pocket. I got two ways for you. First up, I'm about to say pro wrestling smoke. Woo, boy, a lot of work today. I'm talking about none other than the place where the conversation gets saucier. The tits pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what might pop out unless you subscribe. I'm talking about none other than the Premium Smoke Room on Loyal Fans. I got 5 wonderful podcasts for you to enjoy over there. Plus, VIP Smoke Room, I open it up to where I play some music, the girls shake their ass a little bit, might show a little tit, and they answer questions from the premium smokers. And I even opened up the VIP Smoke Room live on X so that everybody can ask them questions. You feel me? Also, in a week, 2 weeks, I think maybe 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, from December 24th to January 1st, the Premium Smoke Fest, people. My end of the year extravaganza on the Premium Smoke Room, people. I'm dropping new episodes from the Premium Smoke podcast every day. Special episodes from the other podcasts, as well as stuff for my followers. That's right. The people that follow, they follow me on, because following's for free. Subscribe, you got to pay. You get what I'm saying? Hey, we got some stuff for my followers over there. I got new content dropping. All of this. And people, Christmas Day alone is going to be binge worthy. So you need to subscribe to the Premium Smoke Room, people. And don't forget, I got me a little store over there where you can see my work as I give ladies their work, because Big D growing the sticks. That's why they call it Big Country, you feel me? Also, on Spotify, I got a member section over there as well. I got Had to Smoke on it, where I give my unpopular, unapologetic, and controversial views, thoughts, and so forth on different topics that I feel like discussing. I also have Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers. We give you that real smoke about the industry from a male perspective. So do you need premium smoke these holidays? Did you have the smoke on it? Or you want some Savage Smoke, don't you? Either way, please just subscribe to the smoke. It's a great gift to yourself or even a friend. I'm talking about great conversation with great people. Oh, and by the way, it's more saucy. That's why you got to pay for it. There you go, people. So, and don't forget about the flagship STO, the Smokers Lounge, as on the 23rd and the 30th of this month. We are going to Africa. As first, we're going to stop off in South Africa as we're going to talk to the Bedroom Bully 5X, and she tells us about her freaky nature, the life, and porn in South Africa. That's right. And then on the 30th, we going to Nigeria when we talk to Wild Largos. They tell us about their porn production company out of Nigeria, the women that they work with, and what they got to go through to get that shit out of there. So for two Tuesdays in a row, we going to the motherland, people, the new Mecca. There you go. So with that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. And all I'm going to say is this. You know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? You know what you need? You know, I got 2 words for you. Smoke this over. I meant to say 3. Anyway, who gives a fuck? Bye.